still hiding your confidence because your outfit isn't doing the talking? My name is Wuraola Ubaka. I am called your profitable fashion coach because if your business isn't making money, why are you even in business? At Wura, we don't just make clothes. We create statements. Our timeless ready-to-wear pieces are created for the woman who walks in grace, owns her space, and turns heads effortlessly. And if you are a fashionpreneur struggling to turn your talent into real income, especially if you are stuck in bespoke and want to transition to ready-to-wear, the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy is your next step. We teach fashion creatives how to structure, scale, and sell profitably. From the woman who wears it to the woman who makes it. Confidence and profits go hand in hand. Wura dresses you. The PFA builds you. So come, join the movement. Wear confidence and build profits with Wura and the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy. Why you need a plan for your ready-to-wear brand in 2026 and how to go about it. Yes, every ready-to-wear brand needs a business plan. So tonight, we're going to be seeing how you can craft a business plan for your ready-to-wear brand in 2026. My name is Wuraola Obaka, and I am called your Profitable Fashion Coach. You know how we do it here, all Friday, every Friday. We are here at 7 p.m. Because I've been in transit, I had to actually struggle with my network, but I am here. And it is wonderful to be here again for another Fashionpreneur Friday live series. So I hope we are ready. I'm going to be jumping right into it because our time is already far spent. All right. So the brands that will thrive in 2026 are brands that are not planning to work on vibes, but are planning to work on structure. You know, common sense produces common results. This was a quote I heard from my mentor actually this morning, and it was so insightful for me. Because if you want to use common sense to run your business in 2026, then do not expect anything beyond common results. But the people, the businesses, the fashion brands that thrive are the fashion brands who go beyond common sense, who actually put in the thinking, deploy the strategy that is required to push beyond the realm of common sense. And so we're going to be moving forward, beyond common sense. Now, we're at almost the tail end of the year, and for some of us the year may have been amazing, and I hope you are in that category. Now, if you are in that category, then the hope is that we are able to, number one, sustain the 2025 numbers and consolidate on them. We don't want a churning. We actually want to be able to expand and consolidate on our numbers, retain old customers, and grow new customers. And the only way that we can do that is by having an actual strategy by which we are going to be able to ensure that there is client retention. So some of us are struggling not because we are not talented. Like I say always on this stream, talent alone is not enough. You need more than talent. You need a lot more than talent. You need direction. Because if you're running a brand or a business without a brain, without a map, without a direction, then it means that you're just coasting and hoping and praying. And prayer is good, but it is not strategy. And that's why we see that when we look through the Bible, even from the Old to the New Testament, especially when we look through the journey of Jesus, we see that every time he wanted to achieve something monumental, he had to retreat. He had to go away from the crowd so that he could plan, so that he could strategize, so that he could also pray. So, yes, while prayer is good, that's not the entire strategy that you need for your ready to wear brand. And so, we're going to be working on your strategy for 2026. Now, when we look at Habakkuk 2:2, in the Prophet Circle, which is the PF Ready to Wear Bootcamp, that's what we call it. I always cite this Bible verse. It is like our mantle, it's like our anchor scripture. We talk about Habakkuk 2:2, which says that Habakkuk 2:2, which says that you should write the vision and make it plain so that he that sees it may run with it. And why is that instrumental to today? Because a business that is not written cannot run. A business that is not documented cannot grow. And a business that is not structured cannot scale. And that's why when you come into the bootcamp, documentation is a key part of our system. It is a key part of our system. It is one of the things, it is one of the skills that we actually build into you. It is one of the skills that we actually build into you. Our documentation is a key part of our system. So why is it that ready to wear brands can't survive without? Why can't ready to wear brands survive without a business plan? Why can't? Because I advocate for ready to wear. Because for me, building Wura and transitioning it into a ready to wear brand gave me the opportunity to be able to scale my business and to be able to build it beyond me. So, ready to wear for me was a path to building beyond what I could see, beyond my physical or geographical limitations. It was a way of me getting Wura into wardrobes around the world. So, it was a system of scalability for me. And that was why I built and transitioned Wura into a ready-to-wear brand. But here's what transitioning Wura into a ready-to-wear brand taught me. It taught me that ready-to-wear it's not vibes, so it's not creativity. With bespoke, you're collecting people's dresses, you're sitting down, you're thinking of all the things you want to do, you want to put this sleeve, you want to put this thing. But with ready to wear, it's not about just creativity. Ready to wear is manufacturing. It's a manufacturing business. And the truth is that no manufacturer in the world succeeds without a plan. None. Because if you make one wrong decision in January, it can affect your cash flow until April. So, ready to wear has a lot of moving parts. So, without a plan, those parts are going to move into chaos. That's the truth. Those parts will move and move into chaos. Why do we need a plan? Number 2, because ready to wear requires predictability. You are not sewing per category, or you're not sewing per customer. You are sewing per size, per forecast, per trend cycle, per production capacity. So whether you're doing a Christmas collection, a summer collection, a resort collection, you are sewing for cycles in the year. You're sewing for fashion cycles. You're sewing for how those clothes are going to be worn. So you cannot just sit down and just say, I think today, let's just make this one like this. We'll just put it like this. We'll just tie it at the back. No. Because you have to plan. You have to forecast. Okay, we need to start planning for spring, summer from now. What is coming up in the spring, summer collection? What dates do we need to finish the design process? What dates do we need to finish the sampling process? What days do we need to get all the fabric in? What days do our first samples need to come in? What days does our brand sheet need to go? You need to be able to plan all the things, because that's what determines if that collection will be successful per time. So a business plan forces you to define your core categories. It forces you to define the people who you're going to be catering to, your size range. It forces you to define your production rhythm. It forces you to define how you're going to do your drops. Are you doing seasonal drops? Are you doing um, cyclical drops? Are you doing weekly drops, monthly drops? How are you preparing your drops? Are you doing capsule collections? What number of pieces will be in each collection? You know, planning helps you do all this. Another reason why you must have a business plan for your ready to wear brand in 2026 is because ready to wear has a high cash responsibility. Ready to wear has a high cash responsibility. You know, when you're in bespoke, you're not committing any cash. Customer will come, they will give you clothes, they will give you deposit. It's your deposit you use to pay buy their materials for the cloth. The deposit will even remain. Part of your profit is inside what they have deposited. You know, what may remain for them to balance when they're picking up the clothes is just a small fraction. And so you don't have to commit your personal funds. But with ready to wear, it's not the same, is it? No. Ready to wear for me starts with the biblical principle of giving, because when you give, you receive. So you must give. So you must buy the fabric before the sale. You must produce before the purchase. And you must invest before the inflow. So you are spending money before the customer arrives. So you best be sure you're spending it in the right direction. If you do not have a business plan, you would always feel broke, even when you are selling. Because as you are spending that money, because you don't have a plan, because you don't have a reinvestment strategy, you just see that, okay, where's this money going to? The fourth reason why you need a business plan in 2026 is because God does not multiply confusion. I was recently consulting with one of my clients who was trying to set up a ready-to-wear brand, and they had run, some form of ready-to-wear as a made-to-order model, and so they wanted to transition to full-scale ready-to-wear. And so I was consulting with them, and I said, okay, show me your numbers, show me what you've been able to achieve, show me this, show me that, but they couldn't come up. They said, oh, we know our numbers somehow, but we are not too sure. We know this, but we are not too sure. Do you use patterns? No, we don't use patterns like that. And I said, we cannot do this. We cannot set up a ready-to-wear brand until we build these systems. Because if not, what will happen is that we'll be multiplying the chaos. We'll be multiplying the confusion. And that is going to make you hemorrhage money. So before God gave Noah rain, he gave him measurements. He told him exactly how that ark should be. He didn't just say, oh, let the rain now come. Just put the ark anyhow, just put it. No. God gave Noah exact measurements, told him the exact type of wood, told him the dimensions, told him how the animals will go in, what animals, what number, one of each, told him everything that he needed to do to make sure that ark was waterproof, was unsinkable, and could carry all the animals needed to restart creation. Before God brought Moses glory, before he sent him to Egypt to rescue the Israelites, before he passed them through the Red Sea, God gave him blueprints. Through the entire journey from the wilderness, from the burning bush back to Egypt, and back into through the Red Sea and back to the wilderness before getting to the promised land, which, by the way, Moses didn't enter inside, God gave him blueprints. Before Jesus sent out his disciples, of which I am one, he gave us instructions, told us, go into the world, make disciples of all nations, baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach them to do everything I have commanded you, and know that I am with you always, even till the end of time. He gave us a commission. And even before that commission, he showed us a path by which we could bring those disciples unto him. So, heaven responds to structure, not stress. So, here are 7 things that a real business plan should have. Here are 7 things a real business plan should also reveal. 7 things that a real business plan should reveal. Number 1, your identity. Who are you as a brand? And no, I'm not talking about your logo. What do you stand for? What is your why? This is why when people come into the academy, the first thing we study is their why. Why are you in business? What are you doing? How do you show up? What do you want to achieve with this brand? We always start with the why because we know that the why is so important. We know that the why is so important, so we start with the why. And that's what business plan that's the first thing that a real business plan should reveal. It should reveal your why. It should reveal your why. It should reveal your why. So your why is the identity that you want people to associate your brand with. That's what your why is. It is the identity that you want people to associate your brand with. If you don't have a why, people are going to wonder what you are about. They are going to wonder why you are here. And we don't want that confusion. We want to be able to see your brand and know exactly what you want us to take up out of it. That's what we want. We want to be able to see your brand and know exactly what you want us to take out of it. So, your why is the first thing that you want to sort out when you're starting building a plan for your 2026. The second thing that your business plan must reveal is your differentiation. Your business plan must show us what makes you stand out. It must show us what makes you stand out. It must show us why you. That's what your business plan must show us. Is it the type of fabrics you use? Is it the solution that you're bringing? Are you solving a particular problem in the marketplace? Your business plan must be able to show us in tangible terms what that problem you are solving is. So, the second thing that your business plan must reveal is your differentiation. What makes you stand out? Your business plan must reveal your differentiation, which is what makes you stand out. The third thing your business plan must reveal is your product architecture. Your product architecture. So in 2026, what are you planning to sell? Are you looking through your journey through the years? Are you reinventing some collections you have? And how are you retaining the heritage of your brand? You need to plan it. You need to plan what signature pieces are coming back. You need to plan what seasonal pieces are coming in. You need to plan your repeatables. And then you need to plan your experimental pieces. Okay, what are we going to try with next year? What new market are we trying to enter into? So what products do we want to bring in? You need to be able to plan that and try that. So your business plan should reveal your product architecture for 2026. What products are you creating or are you planning to create? And what are those products supposed to do for the bottom line of the brand? Because at the end of the day, it's about the profits. How much more are those products supposed to bring? What more market share is that product supposed to capture? Your business plan should be able to have all this and reveal all this. Next, your business plan must be able to have a pricing logic because this is where profit enters the equation. So when we've talked about how the business plan reveals your vision, reveals what the brand is called to do, reveals your product differentiation, we now need to know how profit will actually enter your business next year. Because it is not enough to do numbers. In January, I'm going to be doing, a course where I will show you how to create sales targets for your business. It's going to be a paid course. You want to watch out for that. But it's not enough to just do numbers. You want to be able to know exactly how all these pieces, all these seasonal or signature or capsule collections that you're dropping translate into money in your bank account. So you want to sit down and understand the pricing strategy you're deploying. So it's not about emotional pricing or competitive pricing. Over last week, we had the product pricing masterclass for ready-to-wear brands. The replay of that class is available and you can catch it. You can, pay for the replay. Just send us a DM and we will actually get in touch with you. So it helps you position yourself to be able to price from a place of clarity and not confusion. So your business plan must include your profit logic, your margins. What's your margin of profit? How did you arrive at it? How do you maintain a cash flow? What is the minimum amount of money that needs to be in revolving in your business? How are you planning to take money out for reinvestment? And when I say reinvestment, I'm not talking about buying fabrics back. Money that is growing for you, your reinvestment strategy for your business, so that on days you don't sell, you have money that is growing somewhere. And how are you going to deal with seasonal revenue cycles? So if your revenue is not on the same level through the year, if it's dropping or if it's rising, how are you going to manage that? You need to have a plan for that. The fifth thing your business plan must reveal is how your brand works behind the scenes. How are you planning to manage your operations, your quality control, your delivery timelines, your lead times? How long does a customer have to wait before they get their clothes? How long do you deliver? Are you retaining the same logistic partners or not? How did their performance measure up in this year? Do you want to take them into next year? Based on the projection of the numbers you're trying to do you need to partner with more logistic partners? Do you need to get more people on board for production? Do you want to outsource your production or keep it in-house? These are all the things that need to be in your plan. The next thing your plan needs to you actually have is a marketing strategy. Because like I teach the people that I mentor, I say that marketing is the lifeblood of your business. The business that says in business is the business that sells always. You can't have a business if you do not sell your business. So you need to have a marketing framework that determines how customers find and buy from you. So you define your buyer journey. How do you create leads? Are you doing giveaways? Are you doing buy one get one? Are you doing invite a friend? Are you doing so you think of all the strategies you want to use to be able to create leads for your business. How do you warm the leads? How do you create launches? How do you tell stories that make people connect, that make them resonate with your brand? How do you do that? Because posting randomly is not going to cut it in 2026. The brands that will thrive are the brands that are intentional about building a connection with the customer. And that connection starts from a place of empathy, from understanding where the customer is. It starts from a place of telling stories. That's where the connection starts. And the brands that will win are the brands that are able to do this. The seventh thing you want to do is your financial forecast. You need to know how your money is moving. So you need to know that for this business to succeed beyond it did this year, we need to make this amount of money. How do you break down those goals into actionable steps to be able to make what amount per week, per day, per month, and then it will culminate into the amount you need per year for you to grow? In January, we are going to be going through your sales strategy, and this is part of what we're going to be discussing in the Ready to Wear bootcamp from February during the next cohort of the bootcamp. You need to actually have a plan for your financial forecasting. So, now, what goes into your business plan? What goes into your business plan? So, right here on this live, I'm not giving you a template. I'm giving you a skeleton, the backbone that your business plan should have, so that you know the reason why your business may keep feeling directionless. So the first thing you want to begin with is a purpose. Start with your assignment statements. Who you serve, why you serve them, and what emotional need you are solving. So at Wura, we make classy dresses for confident women. We know what we are trying to solve. We know the problem, the solution, and how we are fitting our clothes into that solution while opening the eyes of our customers to the problem. So you need to be able to start your business plan with a purpose. The next thing you want to do is define your product pathway. Do you have different product tiers? How are you going to take a customer who has never interacted with your brand from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 to tier 4? Your business plan must map how you sell. So you must have your sales reading. How do you sell? What do you sell per day? What do you sell per quarter? What do you sell per season? How do you sell? The next thing you want to do is that your business plan must be able to document your operational pillars. How are you documenting your sizing? How are you documenting your patterns? How are you documenting your inventory, your quality control? It was last week in the academy or 2 weeks ago that we dealt with the issue of inventory, and the feedback was so overwhelming. How people were finally able to put systems into the things that were just seeming like a lot. And that's what you need to be able to do. The next thing you want to do is to write your financial story for 2026. Because every profitable, ready to wear brand knows that income projection and expense assignment. So, where are you putting what money? When this money comes in, this goes here, this goes here. You have to assign the money. If you do not do that, you are going to be running at running without a plan, and before you know it, you find yourself in difficulty. So you need to be able to put all these things in perspective in your business plan. And what are the consequences of not having a plan? Number one, you will work hard, very hard. You will toil, but you will grow very slowly. You will not see your growth. Your growth will be so slow. You will produce more than you profit. Your customers will love you, but they will not trust you. They will not be able to count on you to deliver on time in the manner that you have said you will deliver. They will not trust you. Your team will depend on you instead of deliver for you. They will wait for you to do everything, to say everything. Whatever you don't say or you don't come to do doesn't get done. So instead of your team to be running ahead of you, they will be behind you. That's what happens when you don't have a clear plan, when they don't have a direction, when they don't know what is supposed to be happening per time. Your identity will remain confused. Your pricing will remain emotional. Your sales will remain inconsistent. And your 2026 will look like your 2025. And no, God forbid, is not a business plan. I always say to the people I mentor, I say, when I mentor, I'm the first person in the mentorship. I'm right in there implementing these things because I know that that's the difference between thriving and having just enough. That's the difference. So, where there is no plan, pressure will become your CEO. And we don't want that in 2026. So, if you do not take anything away from this life, I want you to remember that your business plan is not a document, it is a direction. It is a discipline formula. It is a difference between staying in one place, between stagnation and scale. Your business plan is that different. So, some of you are very gifted. I've met a lot of people, I've mentored people who are gifted, but their businesses have no spine. You're talented, but your businesses have no map. You are called, but your business has no clarity. And so, what happens is that you are constantly in overdrive. And this is precisely where the PFP Ready to Wear Bootcamp comes in. Because In the PFA Ready to Wear Bootcamp, we teach you how to build the systems that enables you create a plan for your business. That is where we build the blueprint for your 2026. No, it's not about motivation. It's not about talk. It's not about vibes. It's not about oblate. It's about structure, implementable steps that you can do in little piecemeal ways that take you from point A to point B. So at the end of the day, your next level is waiting for structure. And 2026 will only reward those that build differently and intentionally. Remember, common sense produces common results. Do not go into 2026 with common sense. Go into 2026 with uncommon sense, with clarity, and with an execution business blueprint. And if you know that you struggle or you don't know where to go about this, you can always join the PFA Ready to Wear Bootcamp. You can send a DM right here on YouTube or on Instagram to book a one-on-one session, or you can send a message to the number that is in the banner on the screen, and you will see how you can actually book a one-on-one session, a one-on-one clarity call that would help you build a plan for your business in 2026. So, whether you are taking the next cohort of the bootcamp, whether you are building a clarity call, or whether you want to sit down and do the work by yourself, in all you're doing, I beg you to have a plan. So, thank you for coming to another Fashionpreneur Friday forum. As always, it is a pleasure interacting with you and sharing with you. I hope this class is going to trigger you to go back and sit down and give some time to yourself to think for your fashion brand ahead of 2026. And if you need a thinking partner, that's where we're coming. Until then, I'll see you same time, same station, wherever you're streaming, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, next week, where we'll be sharing another beautiful topic that would help us plan for 2026. As always, I won't assume you know me. My name is Wuraola Obaka. I'm your one and only profitable fashion coach. Yes, I said it because I would help you see the systems, the structures, and the ways that will help you build a business that is actually profitable. Yes, at the PFA Ready to Wear Bootcamp, we are raising an army of African fashion brand owners that are actually profitable because we are tired of the circle of noise, of visionlessness, of sowing without building. So if you're ready to build, this is the place for you. Have a good evening, fashionpreneurs, and I'll see you next week. Good night.
Still hiding your confidence because your outfit isn't doing the talking? My name is Wuraola Obaka. I am called your profitable fashion coach because if your business isn't making money, why are you even in business? At Wura, we don't just make clothes. We create statements. Our timeless ready-to-wear pieces are created for the woman who walks in grace, owns her space, and turns heads effortlessly. And if you are a fashionpreneur struggling to turn your talent into real income, especially if you are stuck in bespoke and want to transition to ready-to-wear, the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy is your next step. We teach fashion creatives how to structure, scale, and sell profitably. From the woman who wears it to the woman who makes it. Confidence and profits go hand in hand. Wura dresses you. The PFA builds you. So come, join the movement. Wear confidence and build profits with Wura and the Profitable Fashionpreneur Academy.